Hello there, and welcome back to Sleepster. Ever wondered how your brain, that intricate universe within your skull, effortlessly tells your hand to reach out and gently grasp a warm cup of coffee? Or how the soft whisper of a breeze on your skin can instantly register as a comforting sensation? A soft touch of a like and a gentle click to subscribe truly helps this quiet Sleepster community grow, stretching its influence like a whisper carried on the wind. Reaching more curious minds, seeking tranquility, and it's completely free, you see, like the effortless beat of your own heart. I'd also be truly delighted to know where in the world you are listening from tonight. Maybe even your local time. It's always wonderfully fascinating to visualize this little sleepy community. A quiet constellation of curious minds stretching across the globe. Each individual finding a moment of calm under their own unique sky. It's all thanks to a hidden, bustling metropolis, a silent network composed of billions upon billions of tiny, exquisite nerve cells that communicate in a complex, lightning-fast dance. Before we ease into this intricate exploration, a small, gentle favor. If you find yourself enjoying these peaceful rambles into the wonders of our own biology, to truly appreciate the breathtaking complexity of your body's communication system, we must first gently zoom in to its most fundamental and ubiquitous unit, the neuron. Imagine for a moment a single microscopic cell. Exquisitely designed not for simple metabolism or replication, but for the singular, astonishing purpose of transmitting information, and all the vital machinery for maintaining its life and function. This outbound signal travels down a single, slender, often remarkably long projection called the axon. Think of the axon as the neuron's primary transmission cable, capable of stretching from tiny fractions of a millimeter in the brain as gray matter to over a meter long. An action potential can race down an axon at speeds ranging from a leisurely 1 meter per second in unmyelinated neurons to a blistering 120 meters per second in heavily myelinated ones. To put that into perspective, the speed of thought, which relies on these signals, is far, far faster than the speed of even the fastest human reflexes. In the blink of an eye, a sensation in your toe can travel all the way up your spinal cord, be processed in your brain, and send a command back down to your leg muscles. It's a testament to the sheer efficiency of this intricate dance between electricity and chemistry, a silent ballet that underpins every conscious thought, every involuntary breath, and every graceful movement that defines your existence. These tiny yet mighty neurons are the quiet architects of your inner world, tirelessly building connections, transmitting information, and forming the very foundation of your unique experience of being. Extending from your spinal cord all the way to your toes, enabling commands to reach distant muscles almost instantaneously. Many axons are wrapped in a fatty, insulating sheath called myelin, which acts much like the plastic coating around an electrical wire. This myelin sheath is not continuous. It's segmented with tiny gaps called nodes of Ranvier. This ingenious design allows the electrical signal, known as an action potential, to jump from one node to the next, dramatically increasing the speed and efficiency of transmission. Without myelin, a simple thought or movement would be agonizingly slow, highlighting its critical role in the rapid-fire communication that defines our nervous system's incredible speed. This soma acts as the neuron's command center, integrating incoming signals and deciding whether to fire its own message onward. The synapse is not a direct physical connection. Rather, it's a tiny, almost imperceptible gap between the end of the axon of one neuron and the dendrite or cell body of another neuron. When the electrical action potential reaches the very end of the axon terminal, it triggers a remarkable transformation. The electrical signal is converted into a chemical message. Tiny sacs, called vesicles, filled with specialized chemical messengers called neurotransmitters, migrate to the edge of the presynaptic neuron and release their contents into this synaptic cleft, the minuscule gap between cells. These neurotransmitters then diffuse across the gap, like tiny chemical whispers carried on an unseen current. bind to specific receptor sites on the receiving postsynaptic neuron. This binding acts like a key fitting into a lock, initiating a new electrical or chemical signal in the receiving neuron, thus propagating the message onward. Extending from the soma are branching, tree-like structures known as dendrites. Imagine these as the neuron's delicate antennae, constantly reaching out, receiving chemical and electrical signals from thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands, of neighboring neurons. Each dendrite is like a tiny, highly specialized listener, picking up whispers of information from the vast neural conversation. The more dendrites a neuron possesses and the more intricately they branch, the more connections it can form, allowing it to gather a richer and more diverse array of information, acting as a crucial receiving station for the continuous flow of data that courses through your brain. This dendritic arbor, with its complex intertwining branches, truly illustrates the neuron's remarkable capacity for intricate input and integration. These neurons are the very essence of your thoughts, your feelings, your movements, and your dreams. They are the fundamental building blocks of consciousness itself, weaving together into a dense, interconnected tapestry that is unlike anything else in the known universe. Though they vary widely in shape and size, from tiny interneurons to sprawling motor neurons that stretch the length of your limbs, they all share a remarkably consistent and elegant architecture, allowing them to participate in the grand symphony of neural communication. Understanding their basic structure is the first step towards comprehending the vast network they form. A network that allows you to experience the world in all its intricate detail, from the softest whisper to the brightest light. At the heart of every neuron lies the soma, or cell body, a nurturing hub that contains the cell's nucleus. Once the soma has processed and integrated these numerous incoming whispers, if the sum of the signals reaches a certain threshold, the neuron makes a decisive decision to send its own message. The destination of this electrical message is the synapse. It's a truly magical space where communication between neurons actually takes place. This elegant conversion from electrical to chemical back to electrical is what makes the nervous system so incredibly versatile and adaptable. The speed of these signals is truly astonishing. Having gently explored the exquisite architecture of individual neurons, the tiny, dedicated messengers of your body's vast communication system, let us now embark on a captivating journey. Imagine tracing the path of a single signal as it courses through this intricate nerve network. A silent internal ballet from the moment a stimulus touches your senses to the precise, often instantaneous, response it elicits. Consider the subtle warmth of a sunbeam gracing your skin, the distant melody of a bird's song reaching your ears, or the delicate texture of a smooth stone held in your palm. The spinal cord acts as the body's primary superhighway, a crucial conduit for information flowing both to and from the brain. For many signals, particularly those requiring immediate, life-preserving action, the spinal cord itself can initiate a swift, localized response without even needing to wait for direct instruction from the brain. These commands then embark on their efferent, or outgoing, journey, traveling down the spinal cord and out along motor neurons. These tiny molecules, released into the synaptic cleft, are the very language of the nervous system, translating electrical signals into chemical instructions that then trigger new electrical signals in the next neuron. When these neurotransmitter systems are out of balance, even slightly, it can have profound effects, leading to conditions that impact mood, cognition, and motor control. Understanding this chemical language is key to developing treatments for a wide range of neurological and psychological disorders, revealing how deeply our internal chemical symphony orchestrates our mental and physical states. Thus, the journey of a signal through your nerve network is not just a biological process. It's a living, breathing testament to the elegant integration of electrical pulses and chemical whispers, continuously shaping your reality, moment by precious moment. There are dozens of different neurotransmitters, each with specific roles, influencing not just our movements and sensations, but profoundly affecting our mood, behavior, and even our perceptions. For instance, dopamine plays a central role in reward, motivation, and pleasure, influencing everything from the joy of achieving a goal to the addictive nature of certain substances. Serotonin is widely known for its impact on mood, sleep, appetite, and well-being, often linked to feelings of contentment and calmness. Acetylcholine is critical for muscle contraction and memory formation, while GABA acts as the nervous system's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, helping to calm overactive neurons and reduce anxiety, creating a sense of tranquil balance to their designated targets, your muscles and glands. If the brain decides to act, say to lift that cup of coffee, precisely coordinated electrical signals are sent down specific motor neurons, telling individual muscle fibers in your arm and hand to contract with just the right amount of force and timing. This intricate choreography results in graceful, voluntary movement. Each subtle adjustment of your grip, each tremor avoided, is a testament to the brain's astonishing ability to translate abstract intention into precise physical action. It's a continuous, dynamic loop of sensory input, central processing, and motor output. A silent conversation between your inner world and the outer environment, constantly adapting and responding in real time. This is the realm of reflex arcs. Imagine accidentally touching something unexpectedly hot before your conscious mind even registers the sensation of heat or pain. Your hand recoils instantly. This lightning-fast withdrawal is thanks to a reflex arc. The sensory neurons detect the heat, send a signal to the spinal cord, where it directly connects with interneurons, and then immediately activates motor neurons that tell your muscles to contract and pull your hand away. This entire sequence bypasses the brain for sheer speed, a testament to the nervous system's prioritization of immediate safety, demonstrating an astonishing efficiency designed for survival. Specialized neurons, known as sensory neurons, are the vigilant sentinels positioned throughout your body, equipped with unique receptors designed to detect specific forms of energy: light, sound, pressure, temperature, chemical molecules. Once the sensory information arrives in the brain, it is directed to various specialized regions for interpretation and integration. Visual information goes to the visual cortex, auditory information to the auditory cortex, and so on. Here, the incoming data is processed, compared with stored memories, imbued with emotional context by regions like the amygdala, and subjected to higher-level thought in the prefrontal cortex. This is where sensation transforms into perception, where raw data becomes the rich tapestry of your conscious experience. Recognizing the cup of coffee, recalling its aroma, anticipating its warmth. It is in the brain that the true meaning of the stimulus is unlocked, allowing for a nuanced understanding of the environment far beyond a simple reflexive response. When these receptors are activated by a stimulus, they transform that external energy into an internal electrical signal, a language the nervous system can understand. This initial electrical impulse, a nascent message, then begins its rapid ascent along the sensory nerve pathways. Imagine a gentle ripple starting at the periphery, subtly gathering momentum as it travels inwards, carrying information about the world directly towards the central processing unit. This initial conversion is critical, translating the vast, diverse sensory information from the world into a standardized neural code, ensuring that all incoming data can be efficiently processed. This journey reveals the astonishing speed, efficiency, and adaptive brilliance of your nervous system, orchestrating every interaction you have with the world, from the simplest reflex to the most complex thought, all happening beneath the surface of your conscious awareness. It's a profound testament to the intricate choreography that allows you to feel, react, and engage with your environment in real time. Our journey often begins with a sensory input, a whisper from the external world. Once initiated, this electrical signal embarks on its rapid ascent, typically traveling along the axons of sensory neurons towards the spinal cord. For signals that require more complex processing, conscious awareness, or nuanced responses. The journey continues beyond the spinal cord, ascending further into the magnificent command center. The brain, after processing and decision-making within the brain, if a response is required, a new set of instructions is generated. Crucially, this entire intricate communication system relies heavily on the exquisite dance of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers we touched upon earlier. The balance and interaction of these chemical messengers are incredibly delicate, yet robust enough to manage the vast complexity of human experience. Having gently traced the fundamental journey of a signal through the elegant architecture of neurons and their intricate chemical whispers, let us now broaden our understanding, stepping beyond the basics to appreciate the astonishing, multifaceted power of the nervous system as a whole. This intricate network, often operating beneath the veil of our conscious awareness, is not merely a simple relay system for sensations and movements. Every single sensory input you receive, from the texture of your blanket to the faint sound of rain, is not merely transmitted but actively interpreted, filtered, and given meaning by the brain. This is where raw data transforms into rich, nuanced perception, where light becomes the vibrant hues of a sunset. Vibrations become the soothing melody of a song, and pressure becomes the comforting weight of a loved one's hand. Researchers are tirelessly working towards developing novel treatments for neurological disorders that have long baffled medical science. Imagine new therapies for Alzheimer's disease that slow or even halt cognitive decline, or innovative approaches to Parkinson's disease that restore motor control through precise neuromodulation. Advances in understanding neurodevelopmental disorders, mental health conditions, and chronic pain are rapidly progressing. It's offering hope for more effective interventions that target the underlying neural mechanisms. Furthermore, the field of improving cognitive function for everyone, not just those with disorders, is rapidly expanding. This includes research into optimizing memory, enhancing attention, boosting creativity, and even understanding the neural underpinnings of deep meditative states. Techniques like transcranial magnetic stimulation and targeted neurofeedback are providing non-invasive ways to subtly influence brain activity, opening doors to new forms of therapy and cognitive enhancement. These advancements highlight a future where our increasing intimacy with the nervous system allows us not just to heal, but to elevate the very capabilities of the human mind, leading to profound transformations in how we learn, interact, and experience the world around us. This quiet, ceaseless work, unraveling the deepest mysteries of the nerve network, promises a future where the brain's hidden power becomes ever more accessible, bringing solace and new possibilities to countless lives. This incredible capacity for processing extends to higher-order cognitive functions, enabling complex thought, meticulous problem-solving, abstract reasoning, and the boundless realms of imagination and creativity. It allows you to learn from past experiences, anticipate future events, construct intricate mental models of the world, and engage in profound introspection. Furthermore, the nervous system is the very crucible of our emotions. Joy, sorrow, fear, love, contentment. These profound subjective experiences arise from complex patterns of neural activity involving ancient brain regions, like the amygdala, and more recently evolved areas like the prefrontal cortex, intricately weaving together cognitive evaluations with visceral bodily sensations to create the rich tapestry of our emotional lives. Rather, it is the grand orchestrator of our entire being, continuously managing countless functions, shaping our every thought, feeling, and interaction with the world. Advanced neuroimaging techniques, such as fMRI and EEG, allow scientists to peer into the living brain with unprecedented detail, observing neural activity in real time as we think, feel, and dream. This has led to a deeper appreciation of brain plasticity, the astonishing ability of the nervous system to adapt, reorganize, and form new connections throughout life, even in response to injury or new learning experiences. This inherent adaptability offers immense hope for recovery and cognitive enhancement, Perhaps one of the most exciting and futuristic frontiers is the development of brain-computer interfaces. These revolutionary technologies are forging direct communication pathways between the human brain and external devices. Imagine individuals with paralysis controlling robotic limbs or computer cursors with their thoughts alone, or even communicating complex ideas without uttering a single word. These breakthroughs are not mere science fiction. They are becoming a tangible reality, pushing the boundaries of what is possible for human interaction and capability, offering new avenues for restoring lost functions and enhancing human potential. Its true power lies in its ability to seamlessly integrate billions of individual signals into a cohesive, adaptive, and profoundly intelligent symphony that defines who we are. It is the silent engine of our consciousness, creativity, and connection. At its most fundamental level, the nervous system is the ultimate controller of movement. From the smallest twitch of an eyelid to the most complex ballet routine. The somatic nervous system, a branch of this larger network, acts as the volitional conductor, translating your conscious intention to lift an arm or take a step into a precise cascade of electrical impulses. These impulses travel down motor neurons, signaling specific muscle fibers to contract with exactly the right force and timing, resulting in smooth, coordinated action. Simultaneously, it meticulously manages the regulation of internal functions through the autonomic nervous system, an often seen maestro working tirelessly in the background. This vital division effortlessly controls your heartbeat, maintains your blood pressure, regulates your breathing, orchestrates digestion, and even manages subtle processes like pupil dilation. This remarkable dual system ensures that whether you are consciously running a marathon or peacefully drifting into sleep, your body's essential functions are flawlessly maintained. A testament to the nervous system's profound automated wisdom that allows for life itself. Beyond these foundational controls, the nervous system is the unparalleled master of information processing. In recent decades, our understanding of this intricate network has undergone a remarkable renaissance, fueled by breathtaking scientific breakthroughs. The potential of future advancements in understanding and manipulating the nervous system is truly awe-inspiring, holding immense promise for transforming human health and experience. Having gently journeyed through the astounding intricacies of the nerve network, from its microscopic building blocks to its vast, orchestrating power over our thoughts, emotions, and movements, we arrive at a crucial and deeply empowering realization. This magnificent system, the very seat of your consciousness and vitality, is not merely a passive recipient of external stimuli. This nightly surrender, the core essence of the Sleepster channel, is far more than just a period of inactivity. It is an active, vital process of restoration and profound cleansing for your brain and nervous system. It's often thought of as beneficial primarily for muscles and cardiovascular health. But its impact on the brain and nerve network is equally, if not more, significant. Your brain, though only about 2% of your body weight, consumes a disproportionately large amount of your daily energy. Chronic stress, a pervasive aspect of modern life, bathes the brain in stress hormones like cortisol, which, over prolonged periods, can damage neural connections, particularly in areas vital for memory and mood regulation. Cultivating practices that gently mitigate stress, such as mindfulness, meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in creative hobbies that bring joy and a sense of flow, can help recalibrate the nervous system's response to perceived threats, fostering a more balanced and peaceful internal state. Furthermore, lifelong learning and engaging in mentally stimulating activities act like gentle exercise for your brain, strengthening neural connections and promoting cognitive vitality. Learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, solving puzzles, or simply engaging in stimulating conversations keeps your neural pathways active and adaptable, fostering neuroplasticity and enhancing overall brain health. These conscious choices are not just about personal growth. They are direct acts of care for the extraordinary nerve network that defines your very being, allowing it to flourish and communicate with clarity and grace throughout your life. It relies heavily on a consistent supply of specific nutrients to function optimally. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon, flax seeds, and walnuts are particularly crucial, as they are fundamental components of cell membranes in the brain and play a key role in brain health and inflammation reduction. Antioxidants, abundant in colorful fruits and vegetables, help protect delicate neurons from oxidative stress, a process that can contribute to cellular damage. B vitamins are essential for neurotransmitter synthesis, while complex carbohydrates provide a steady, sustained energy supply. Conversely, a diet high in processed foods, excessive sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to inflammation and impair cognitive function, creating a less than optimal environment for your nerve cells. Nourishing your body with wholesome, nutrient-dense foods is an act of deep reverence for your nervous system, providing it with the vital ingredients it needs to operate with clarity, efficiency, and calm. Engaging in physical activity, even moderate exercise like a gentle walk or some mindful stretching, increases blood flow to the brain, delivering essential oxygen and nutrients vital for neural function. Furthermore, exercise stimulates the production of neurotrophic factors, such as brain-derived neurotrophic factor, often dubbed miracle grow for the brain. BDNF promotes the growth of new neurons, strengthens synaptic connections, and protects existing brain cells, essentially making your nervous system more robust and adaptable. Regular movement also plays a crucial role in balancing neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, which profoundly influence mood, motivation, and stress resilience. Thus, the gentle movement of your body can be a powerful balm for your mind, fostering a more harmonious internal state and strengthening the very pathways of communication that define your well-being. During deep sleep, your brain literally engages in a remarkable process of waste removal, with the glymphatic system actively flushing out metabolic byproducts and toxins that accumulate during wakefulness. This nightly cleanse is crucial for maintaining neural health and preventing the buildup of substances linked to neurodegenerative diseases. Moreover, sleep is the primary time for memory consolidation, where the day's experiences are replayed, sorted, and woven into your long-term memory, enhancing learning and cognitive function. It's also a period of intense neural repair, where damaged cells are mended and neurotransmitter stores are replenished, ensuring that your brain's chemical messengers are ready for the demands of the next day. Prioritizing adequate, high-quality sleep, typically 7 to 9 hours for most adults, is perhaps the single most impactful gift you can give your nervous system, allowing it to rejuvenate and prepare for another day of intricate communication. It is a dynamic, living entity that you have the remarkable capacity to nurture, protect, and optimize. Just as a gardener tends to a delicate, vital plant, so too can we cultivate the health and resilience of our nervous system, understanding its needs and providing the right environment is perhaps the most profound act of self-care, allowing this intricate communication highway to function optimally, promoting clarity of thought, emotional balance, and ultimately a deeper sense of well-being and peaceful rest. At the very forefront of nervous system care stands the profound importance of sleep. Beyond the profound benefits of sleep, regular physical exercise emerges as another cornerstone of nervous system health, a dynamic synergy between body and mind. Complementing sleep and exercise, a healthy, balanced diet provides the essential building blocks and fuel for your intricate nerve network. Beyond these foundational pillars, be embracing practical tips for reducing stress and improving cognitive function can profoundly enhance the resilience of your nerve network. As our quiet journey through the extraordinary nerve network draws to a close, we are left with a profound sense of awe and wonder for the invisible symphony that continuously plays within each of us. From the fleeting electrical whispers between individual neurons to the grand orchestration of thought, emotion, and movement, your body's communication system is a masterpiece of biological engineering. tirelessly working to connect you with the world and with yourself. Know that you are a marvel of communication, a vast, intricate universe of connections, constantly receiving, processing, and responding to the world around you, and the comforting knowledge of the incredible network that allows you to perceive, to feel, and to simply be. And may you wake tomorrow feeling utterly refreshed, renewed, and ready for whatever moments await your remarkable communicating self. Good night from Sleepster. There is a deep, comforting truth in realizing that even in your stillness, even in the profound quiet of sleep, an astonishing symphony of intelligence and communication continues to unfold within you, tirelessly working to support your life and nurture your dreams. This silent, powerful network is always there, connecting your inner world to the outer, allowing for every whisper of thought, every gentle sensation, and every beat of your heart. We have explored its intricate building blocks, traced the astonishing speed of its signals, marveled at its power over every facet of our being, and underscored the deep importance of nurturing its health through the simple yet profound practices of sleep, movement, and nourishment. This hidden network is not merely a collection of wires. It is the very essence of your consciousness, your capacity for connection, and your unique experience of life. Consider, for a moment, the immense complexity contained within the stillness of your own being. Even as you lie quietly, perhaps drifting closer to sleep, billions of neurons are engaged in a ceaseless, intricate ballet, exchanging signals with breathtaking speed and precision. It's a delicate ecosystem, responsive to the care and attention we provide. By embracing practices that support its health, allowing for ample, restorative sleep, engaging in mindful movement, nourishing our bodies with wholesome foods, and cultivating moments of calm, amidst life's demands, we are not merely maintaining our physical selves. We are actively nurturing the very wellspring of our mental clarity, emotional balance, and inner peace. This conscious cultivation transforms our relationship with our own biology, moving from a passive experience to an active, gentle stewardship of the most complex system known to us. It reminds us that our well-being is not just an external pursuit, but an internal symphony that requires mindful attention and tender care. Your eyes are processing the dim light, your ears are tuning in to the gentle sounds around you. Your skin is registering the subtle pressure of your bed, and your brain is weaving these myriad inputs into a seamless tapestry of sensation and thought. Commands are silently being sent to regulate your breathing, slow your heart rate, and prepare your body for the deep rest it so profoundly craves. This continuous, silent conversation, this elegant exchange of information, is the very foundation of your existence, allowing you to learn, to grow, to adapt, and to experience the rich, nuanced world in all its intricate detail. It is a living, breathing testament to the quiet intelligence that resides within every cell of your being. The more we gently explore this internal universe, the more we realize that true well-being is deeply intertwined with the harmonious functioning of this nerve network. So, as the day softens and your breath deepens, settling into a rhythm of peace, let the profound understanding of your own nerve network envelop you. Sleep well, fellow traveler of the intricate pathways within. May your dreams be filled with harmonious signals, peaceful connections. Having traversed the fundamental pathways of neural communication and explored the remarkable capacity of the nervous system to control our movements and regulate our inner world, we now arrive at a truly profound and often underappreciated aspect of its power: the role it plays as the very architect of our perceived reality. It's easy to assume that our senses act like straightforward recording devices, faithfully capturing the world as it is and transmitting a direct feed of information to our brains. Perhaps the familiar sounds of Urdu or Sindhi spoken around us, the distant call to prayer, or the vibrant music often heard in Hyderabad. Specialized mechanoreceptors in our skin detect pressure and vibration. Thermoreceptors respond to heat and cold, and nociceptors signal potential or actual tissue damage, play a crucial and often deeply emotional role in shaping our experience of the world. from the fragrant spices used in Sindhi cuisine to the subtle aromas of the local flora, are crucial in constructing our sense of spatial orientation and our awareness of our body's movement and position in the world. Whether we are navigating a crowded market in Hyderabad or simply lying still in bed, but as a highly active and sophisticated interpreter, continuously constructing our subjective reality from a constant barrage of sensory information. It filters out what is deemed irrelevant, amplifies what is considered important, fills in missing information based on past experiences and expectations, and integrates information from multiple senses to create a coherent and meaningful representation of the world around us. The vestibular system in our inner ear detects changes in head movement and orientation, sending signals to the brainstem and cerebellum, which are vital for maintaining balance and coordinating eye movements. Proprioceptors, located in our muscles, tendons, and joints, provide the brain with continuous information about the position and movement of our limbs and body parts. The brain integrates this information to create a seamless and constantly updated sense of our body as posture and movement in space, allowing us to perform complex motor actions without having to consciously monitor the position of each limb. Olfactory receptors in our nasal cavity detect airborne molecules, and gustatory receptors on our tongue respond to dissolved chemicals. These receptors send signals to the olfactory bulb and the gustatory cortex in the brain, respectively. However, our perception of flavor is not simply a combination of taste and smell. It's a complex integration of these chemical senses with textural information, temperature, and even visual cues. The brain actively combines these different sensory inputs to create the rich and varied experience of flavor that we associate with different foods. Furthermore, our sense of smell is particularly powerful in evoking memories and emotions, with certain scents having a direct and often profound link to our past experiences, perhaps a familiar aroma from a family gathering in Hyderabad, triggering a rush of nostalgia and emotion. These receptors convert physical stimuli into electrical signals that travel along sensory nerves to the somatosensory cortex in the parietal lobe of the brain. Here, the brain creates a detailed map of our body, allowing us to pinpoint the location and intensity of touch sensations. Remarkably, our perception of touch is also highly adaptable. We quickly habituate to constant stimuli, like the feeling of our clothes on our skin, allowing us to focus on new or more salient tactile information. Our brain also integrates tactile information with other sensory cues, such as visual input, to create a richer and more complete perception of objects and our interaction with them. The way we perceive texture, for example, is influenced not only by the activation of mechanoreceptors, but also by our visual expectations and prior experiences with similar objects. When sound waves vibrate the delicate structures within our inner ear, these vibrations are transduced into electrical signals that travel along the auditory nerve to the auditory cortex in the temporal lobe of the brain. Here, the brain doesn't just register the frequencies and amplitudes of these waves, it actively interprets them, distinguishing between different sounds, identifying their sources, and parsing complex auditory scenes. Our brain is incredibly skilled at filtering out irrelevant noise, allowing us to focus on a specific conversation in a crowded environment, a phenomenon known as the cocktail party effect. It also uses subtle differences in the timing and intensity of sound reaching our two ears to determine the location of a sound source in three-dimensional space, crucial for navigating our surroundings and staying aware of potential sounds of interest or concern in Hyderabad's lively environment. Furthermore, our past experiences and expectations play a significant role in how we perceive sounds. A familiar melody can evoke strong emotions and memories, illustrating the brain's active role in imbuing auditory information with meaning and context. However, the truth is far more nuanced and astonishing. Our nervous system doesn't simply receive raw data. Instead, it actively engages in a continuous, sophisticated process of filtering, interpreting, and ultimately constructing the subjective world that we consciously experience right here in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, just as it does for every individual across the globe. This construction is so seamless and automatic that we rarely pause to consider the immense amount of neural processing that underlies every single perception. Every sight, every sound, every touch, every scent, every taste, and even our sense of balance and our awareness of our own body in space. Understanding this active role of the nervous system in shaping our reality offers a deeper appreciation for the intricate dance between the external world and our internal, neural representation of it. Consider the intricate process of sight, perhaps the sense we rely on most heavily in our waking lives. Light waves carrying information about the colors, shapes, and movements of the world around us. Here, in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, the vibrant hues of a Sindhi adrak, the intricate patterns of local architecture, the graceful flight of a bird against the clear blue sky enter our eyes and stimulate specialized photoreceptor cells in the retina. These cells, the rods and cones, convert the light energy into electrical signals, which then embark on a complex journey through various layers of neurons in the retina, before traveling along the optic nerve to the visual cortex at the back of the brain. But the brain doesn't just passively register these electrical signals. Instead, it actively interprets them, piecing together information about edges, contours, colors, depth, and motion. Remarkably, a significant portion of what we see is actually constructed by our brain based on prior experiences, expectations, and even subtle cues from our other senses. For instance, our brain is adept at filling in gaps in visual information, creating a coherent picture even when parts are obscured. It constantly makes predictions about what we are seeing based on what we have seen before. Optical illusions beautifully demonstrate this active construction, revealing how our brains can be tricked into perceiving things that aren't actually there, or misinterpreting spatial relationships based on visual cues. This active interpretation is crucial for creating a stable and meaningful visual world from the constant flux of light hitting our retinas, allowing us to navigate the bustling streets or appreciate the serene landscapes of Sindh with clarity and understanding. Similarly, the sense of hearing is far more than just the passive reception of sound waves reaching our ears. The sense of touch, encompassing pressure, temperature, pain, and texture, provides us with a constant stream of information about our physical interaction with the world. Fell from the feel of the humid air on our skin in Hyderabad's climate to the texture of the fabrics we wear, or the solidity of the ground beneath our feet. Similarly, the chemical senses of smell and taste, while often perceived as less dominant than sight or hearing. Even our senses of balance and body position, which often operate largely outside of our conscious awareness in essence. Our nervous system acts not as a passive receiver. As we gently navigate the intricate landscape of the nervous system, exploring its role as the architect of our reality through the senses, we inevitably arrive at one of its most profound and awe-inspiring capabilities: its role as a living library. Encoding is the initial process by which new information is transformed into a format that the brain can store. Short-term memory, often called working memory, is your brain's temporary workbench. It holds a small amount of information, perhaps a phone number you just heard, or the next step in a recipe. For a brief period, this is the brain's truly remarkable and lifelong ability to change, adapt, and reorganize itself in response to experience, learning, or even injury. For a long time, it was believed that the adult brain was a static, hardwired organ with little capacity for change beyond a certain age. It means that your brain is not fixed. It is a continuously evolving landscape shaped by your experiences, your actions, and your environment. Engaging in new, challenging activities, practicing mindfulness, learning complex skills, and even simply maintaining social connections can all actively promote positive neuroplastic changes, helping to keep your brain agile and resilient as you age. This understanding has revolutionized approaches to education, therapy, and cognitive health, emphasizing the importance of lifelong learning and mental engagement. As you peacefully drift into sleep, your brain is not merely resting. It is diligently working through the day's new information, consolidating memories, pruning unnecessary connections, and strengthening vital pathways, all part of its ceaseless, quiet efforts to maintain your living library. It's a continuous, nocturnal act of growth and refinement, ensuring that the wisdom you gain each day is carefully cataloged and integrated into the vast, ever-expanding narrative of yourself. However, groundbreaking research has shattered this misconception, revealing a nervous system that is dynamic, constantly reshaping its neural connections, forming new synapses, strengthening existing ones, and even, in some regions, generating new neurons. Every time you learn a new skill, whether it's playing a musical instrument, mastering a complex concept in physics, or navigating a new language, the very structure of your brain subtly changes. Neurons that fire together, wire together, strengthening the pathways associated with that new knowledge or skill. This continuous rewiring is the biological engine of all learning, memory formation, and recovery from neurological damage. Typically, a few seconds to a minute, allowing you to manipulate it for immediate tasks. At the synaptic level, long-term potentiation is a persistent strengthening of synapses based on recent patterns of activity. It's considered a key cellular mechanism underlying learning and memory. When two neurons are repeatedly activated together, the connection between them becomes more efficient, making it easier for them to communicate in the future. This is the physical manifestation of practice makes perfect. On a larger scale, entire brain regions can reorganize themselves. For instance, in individuals who lose a limb, the brain areas formerly dedicated to processing sensations from that limb might be repurposed to process input from other body parts or even phantom sensations. In stroke rehabilitation, intensive therapy leverages neuroplasticity to help patients regain lost functions. As the brain forms new pathways to compensate for damaged ones, this profound adaptability ensures that the nervous system remains a dynamic, learning entity throughout your entire lifespan, continuously refining its connections and expanding its capabilities. It's like the RAM of your computer, essential for active thought and immediate processing. Information in short-term memory is fragile and easily lost if not rehearsed or transferred to more permanent storage. For more enduring recollections, we rely on long-term memory, which has a vast, seemingly limitless capacity and can hold information for extended periods from minutes to an entire lifetime. Long-term memory is further subdivided. Explicit memory refers to conscious recollections of facts and events. This includes episodic memory, which stores specific personal experiences, complete with their contextual details, like remembering your last visit to the famous Chowmahala Palace in Hyderabad, including the sights, sounds, and emotions of that day. It also includes semantic memory, which stores general knowledge and facts about the world, such as knowing that Hyderabad is the capital of Sindh. This form of memory is accessible to conscious recall and verbal description. This isn't just a simple input. It involves sensory perception, attention, and initial processing. This includes procedural memory, which governs motor skills and habits, like riding a bicycle, typing on a keyboard, or tying your shoelaces once learned. These actions become almost automatic, guided by a network of ingrained neural pathways. It also encompasses priming, where exposure to one stimulus influences the response to a subsequent stimulus without conscious guidance, and classical conditioning, where an involuntary response becomes associated with a new stimulus. These implicit memories demonstrate the nervous system's incredible ability to learn and adapt, at a subconscious level, shaping our reactions and behaviors in ways we may not explicitly recognize, forming the foundation of our habits and automatic responses, allowing us to navigate the world efficiently without constant, deliberate thought. The subtle interplay between these different memory systems allows us to learn, adapt, and build a rich, continuous narrative of our lives. Think of learning a new route through the bustling streets of Hyderabad. Your brain encodes the visual cues of landmarks, the sounds of traffic, and the feeling of movement. This initial encoding can happen in various ways, acoustically, visually, or semantically. The depth of this initial processing significantly impacts how well the memory will be retained. Once encoded, the information moves into storage, where it is maintained over time. This isn't a single memory bank, but involves distributed networks across various brain regions. Finally, retrieval is the process of accessing stored information when needed, recalling that new route, or remembering a cherished moment. Each of these stages is a complex ballet of neural activity involving the coordinated action of countless neurons and their synaptic connections, weaving new threads into the brain's existing tapestry of knowledge. This vast, dynamic repository stores the entire tapestry of our experiences, knowledge, and skills, continuously updating and reshaping itself. This is the realm of memory and learning, processes that are not static acts of recording, but active, dynamic, and lifelong endeavors of the nervous system. From the fleeting sensation of a recent moment, perhaps the gentle chime of a local clock in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, just a few seconds ago, to the deeply ingrained knowledge of your native language, every piece of information you acquire is meticulously encoded, stored, and retrieved by this astonishing neural network. Understanding how this living library operates, and particularly its capacity for constant change, known as neuroplasticity, offers a profound appreciation for the brain's continuous adaptation and its quiet, ceaseless work, even as you rest. At its core, memory is typically divided into distinct stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Within this living library, memories themselves come in diverse forms, each serving unique purposes. In contrast, implicit memory operates largely outside conscious awareness, influencing our behavior and skills without us necessarily realizing it. The astonishing capacity for memory and learning is underpinned by a fundamental principle of the nervous system: neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is evident across various levels of the nervous system. The implications of neuroplasticity are deeply empowering. As we gently continue our journey through the wondrous complexities of the nerve network, exploring its role in shaping our perceptions and emotions, we now turn our attention to a remarkably profound, yet often overlooked aspect of bodily communication: the intricate and ceaseless dialogue between your brain and your gut. However, modern neuroscience and microbiology have unveiled a revolutionary truth. Your gut possesses its own vast and intricate nervous system. It's often referred to as the enteric nervous system, or more colloquially, the second brain. Think of the vagus nerve as the main fiber optic cable of the gut-brain axis, transmitting vast amounts of information in both directions. Approximately 80 to 90% of the fibers in the vagus nerve are afferent, meaning they carry signals from the gut to the brain. Research suggests that an imbalanced gut microbiota, often referred to as dysbiosis, can be linked to a wide range of neurological. It moves beyond the idea of the brain as an isolated command center, recognizing it as being in constant, dynamic communication with the vast inner world of the gut and its microbial inhabitants. This hidden conversation underscores the importance of a holistic approach to health, where nurturing your gut health is seen as a direct act of care for your brain and your emotional landscape. By fostering a diverse and healthy microbiome through mindful eating, managing stress, and ensuring restorative sleep, we actively support this intricate communication highway, strengthening the quiet internal dialogue that contributes to a more balanced mood, a clearer mind, and a deeper sense of peaceful, integrated well-being. It is a profound reminder that harmony within our emotional world is a symphony played not just in our minds, but echoed throughout our entire being, connecting our deepest thoughts to the very core of our physical existence. And psychological conditions, including depression, anxiety, autism spectrum disorders, and even neurodegenerative diseases. Conversely, cultivating a diverse and healthy gut microbiome through diet and lifestyle choices can positively impact mood, reduce stress, and potentially enhance cognitive function. For example, studies have shown that consuming probiotic-rich foods like yogurt or kefir, or prebiotic fibers found in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can lead to improvements in mood and a reduction in anxiety symptoms, providing a tangible way to influence mental well-being from within the gut. In the context of life in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, where traditional diets often include fermented foods and diverse plant-based ingredients, these historical eating patterns may have inadvertently contributed to gut health and, by extension, mental well-being long before the science of the microbiome was understood. This highlights the powerful synergy between our diet, our internal microbial ecosystem, and our overall nervous system health, offering a holistic perspective on internal harmony. This means your brain is constantly receiving updates on the state of your digestion, the presence of certain nutrients, and even signals from the trillions of microorganisms residing within your gut. Conversely, signals also travel efferently from the brain to the gut, influencing digestive motility, enzyme release, and even the permeability of the gut lining. This constant neural chatter highlights the direct and rapid influence each system has on the other, creating a deeply integrated partnership. For example, feelings of stress or anxiety originating in the brain can immediately manifest as stomach upset or digestive disturbances, a common experience for many. Similarly, an unhappy gut, perhaps due to irritation or inflammation, can send distress signals to the brain, contributing to feelings of anxiety or low mood. This remarkable network, composed of hundreds of millions of neurons embedded in the walls of your digestive tract, more neurons than are found in the entire spinal cord, can operate largely independently of the brain, overseeing digestion, nutrient absorption, and waste elimination with astonishing autonomy. This teeming ecosystem, often weighing more than your brain, is now recognized as a critical modulator of brain function and emotional well-being. These trillions of tiny residents, far from being passive inhabitants, actively engage in a complex biochemical dialogue with your nervous system. They produce a myriad of neuroactive compounds, including short-chain fatty acids, amino acids, and even many of the same neurotransmitters that your brain uses, such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Remarkably, it's a significant portion of the body's serotonin, a key neurotransmitter for mood regulation. It's actually produced in the gut, not just the brain. These microbial-derived compounds can directly influence nerve signaling along the vagus nerve, impact the integrity of the gut lining, and even modulate the immune system, which in turn influences brain inflammation and function. Imagine a bustling, self-governing city within your abdomen, handling its own complex operations. However, this second brain is not truly separate. It is intimately connected to your central nervous system through a complex web of neural, hormonal, and immunological pathways, creating a continuous, dynamic exchange of information. This constant two-way communication ensures that the state of your gut directly influences your brain. And powerfully, your brain directly influences your gut, fostering a profound symbiosis that underpins much of your physical and mental health. This fascinating connection, known as the gut-brain axis, is far more than a simple digestive pathway. It's a sophisticated bidirectional superhighway of communication, a hidden conversation taking place moment by moment that profoundly influences your mood, your stress levels, your cognitive function, and indeed, your overall well-being. Imagine your digestive system, an immense and often underestimated inner world, quietly communicating with the very core of your thoughts and feelings, and vice versa. This intricate connection reveals that true internal harmony extends far beyond the confines of the skull, encompassing the hidden depths of your digestive landscape. For a long time, the gut was primarily viewed as a simple digestive organ, responsible mainly for breaking down food and absorbing nutrients. The primary conduit for this hidden conversation is the vagus nerve, a long, meandering cranial nerve that extends from the brainstem down to most of your internal organs, including the stomach, intestines, heart, and lungs. Perhaps the most astonishing discovery contributing to our understanding of the gut-brain axis is the profound role of the gut microbiota, the vast, diverse community of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms residing within your intestines. The implications of this microbial influence are vast and continuously being uncovered. Ultimately, understanding the gut-brain axis profoundly reshapes our view of mental health and overall well-being. As we gently traverse the intricate landscapes of the nerve network, exploring its profound role in shaping our perceptions, orchestrating our emotions, and even engaging in hidden dialogues with our gut, we inevitably arrive at the most profound, most elusive, and perhaps most endlessly fascinating mystery of all: the enigma of consciousness. It's the feeling of knowing that you are experiencing something, the private, first-person perspective that accompanies every thought, sensation, and emotion. Imagine a spotlight shining on certain information, making it accessible to many other brain areas for processing, decision-making, and memory. This widespread availability and integration of information, rather than a single consciousness center, is proposed to give rise to our conscious experience. This self is not a static entity residing in one part of the brain. Rather, it is a continuously constructed narrative, a collection of memories, experiences, beliefs, and expectations that define our personal identity. The brain continually integrates sensory feedback from the body, memories of past actions, and predictions about future events to create a coherent sense of me. It encourages us to contemplate the incredible complexity that allows a collection of cells to not only process information, but to feel it, to know it, and to experience being alive. This exploration, though deeply scientific, resonates with ancient philosophical questions about the nature of existence and the self. As you peacefully drift toward sleep, your conscious mind may gently recede, but the symphony of your nerve network continues. Its ceaseless activity, perhaps, preparing the stage for the next day's conscious performance, or perhaps simply resting in a timeless state of pure potential. A silent, profound testament to the mystery that resides within the self. The you that experiences the vibrant life in Hyderabad. Sindh, Pakistan, is the most magnificent manifestation of this neural network's power. This includes our body schema, our autobiographical memory, and our theory of mind. Regions like the prefrontal cortex, involved in self-reflection and decision-making, and the insula, which processes internal bodily states, play crucial roles in this continuous construction of the self. This narrative, the story of you, is continuously updated and refined by the subtle whispers and powerful signals flowing through your nerve network, creating the unique individual that experiences the world. When you are consciously aware of the sound of the rain outside your window in Hyderabad, that auditory information isn't just processed by your auditory cortex. It becomes available to areas involved in memory, emotion, and planning, allowing for a rich, integrated experience. As we discussed, our perception of the present moment is a subjective construction. This conscious now is the stage upon which our subjective experiences unfold. The continuous updating of our sensory perceptions, integrated with memories and expectations, creates the illusion of a smooth, flowing timeline within our awareness. The brain's incredible capacity to bind fragmented sensory inputs into a continuous stream is what gives us the feeling of a unified, enduring self moving through time. Without this continuous integration, our experience would be a series of disconnected snapshots, and the sense of a coherent I existing through time would likely dissolve. This means that the very flow of consciousness is inherently temporal, always moving from one perceived now to the next, accumulating experience and building the narrative of a life lived. This theory emphasizes the dynamic interplay and widespread broadcasting of information across neural networks, creating a coherent, unified awareness of the present moment. While we can easily describe its manifestations, the vividness of a dream, the intensity of a feeling, the clarity of a conscious decision, pinpointing its exact neural correlates. The more integrated information a system possesses, the more conscious it is. This theory suggests that consciousness is not unique to biological brains, but could, in principle, exist in any sufficiently complex and integrated system. IIT attempts to provide a mathematical framework for understanding not just whether a system is conscious, but how much and what kind of consciousness it has, offering a bold, ambitious attempt to bridge the gap between physical processes and subjective experience. It suggests that the interconnectedness and richness of information processing within your nervous system, the way diverse inputs are seamlessly woven into a unified experience, is the very essence of your awareness. Or how physical brain activity gives rise to this subjective inner world remains one of the greatest challenges in science. This is often called the hard problem of consciousness. How does physical matter generate qualitative felt experience? It's not just about what brain areas are active when we are conscious, but how that activity creates the subjective, what it's like, aspect of awareness. Many theories attempt to bridge this explanatory gap, each offering a unique lens through which to view this profound mystery. How does this astonishing symphony of electrochemical signals, this complex dance of billions of neurons, give rise to subjective experience, to the feeling of I, to the vividness of a sunset scene from the Clifton Beach in Karachi, to the unique warmth of a memory, or to the serene peace of simply being? This is the ultimate scientific and philosophical frontier, a question that has captivated thinkers for millennia, and continues to be the subject of intense debate and groundbreaking research. Understanding it, even partially, invites us to a deeper contemplation of our own existence and the profound miracle of subjective awareness. At its core, consciousness refers to our state of being aware of internal and external existence. One prominent perspective, the global workspace theory, suggests that consciousness arises when information, initially processed in various specialized brain regions, becomes widely available to a global workspace within the brain. Another compelling framework is the integrated information theory, which proposes that consciousness is a fundamental property of systems that can both differentiate between a vast number of states and integrate those states into a single compelled-kate, and those states into a single, unified whole. Beyond these theories of how consciousness might arise, the very sense of self, the enduring feeling of being a unique individual, distinct from others and the world, is also a profound creation of the nervous system. The mystery of consciousness also intimately intertwines with the flow of time. Ultimately, while we are still far from a complete answer to the mystery of consciousness, exploring its potential origins within the intricate nerve network invites a sense of profound wonder. As we gently continue our comprehensive journey through the profound intricacies of the nerve network, exploring its fundamental communication, its vast power, its role in shaping our perceptions, emotions, and even its hidden dialogue with the gut, we now arrive at perhaps its most personally compelling and endlessly dynamic capability: its function as a living library. Encoding is the crucial initial process by which raw sensory information and new experiences are transformed into a specific format that the brain can effectively comprehend, process, and ultimately store. It is vital to understand that this storage is not merely a single centralized memory bank within the brain, like a hard drive. Instead, memories are wonderfully decentralized and distributed across vast, interconnected networks of neurons in various brain regions. Explicit memory refers to conscious, intentional recollections of facts, events, and concepts. This is the brain's truly remarkable and continuous ability to physically change, adapt, and reorganize its structure and function in response to new experiences, ongoing learning, or even in the wake of injury. At the most fundamental synaptic level, long-term potentiation is a persistent, long-lasting strengthening of synaptic efficacy based on recent patterns of intense activity. It means that your brain is not a fixed, unchangeable entity. It is a continuously evolving living landscape shaped by your every experience, your deliberate actions, and the rich, diverse environments you inhabit. Engaging in new, intellectually challenging activities, cultivating a consistent practice of mindfulness, mastering complex skills, and even simply maintaining rich, diverse social connections can all actively and profoundly promote positive neuroplastic changes, helping to keep your brain agile, flexible, and resilient as you age. This revolutionary understanding has fundamentally transformed approaches to education, cognitive therapy, and overall mental health, emphasizing the lifelong importance of continuous learning, mental engagement, and social interaction. As you peacefully drift into the restorative embrace of sleep, your brain is not merely resting. It is diligently working through the day's new information, meticulously consolidating memories, pruning unnecessary or weak connections to optimize efficiency, and strengthening vital pathways. All of this is part of its ceaseless, quiet, and profoundly intelligent efforts to maintain and expand your living library, ensuring that the wisdom you gain each day is carefully cataloged, integrated, and ready to serve you in the vast, ever-expanding narrative of yourself. It's widely considered a key cellular and molecular mechanism underlying the processes of learning and memory in the brain. When two neurons are repeatedly and synchronously activated together, the connection, or synapse, between them becomes significantly more efficient and robust, making it easier for them to communicate in the future, thereby cementing a memory. This is the precise physical manifestation of the well-known adage, practice makes perfect. On a grander, more macroscopic scale, entire brain regions can profoundly reorganize themselves. For instance, in individuals who have unfortunately lost a limb, the brain areas formerly dedicated to processing sensations and motor control from that specific limb might be remarkably repurposed to process input from other intact body parts, or even phantom sensations, demonstrating an incredible capacity for adaptive reorganization. In stroke rehabilitation, intensive and targeted physical and cognitive therapy meticulously leverages the principles of neuroplasticity to help patients regain lost functions, as the brain forms new compensatory neural pathways to bypass or compensate for damaged ones. This profound, lifelong adaptability ensures that the nervous system remains a dynamic, learning and continuously evolving entity throughout your entire lifespan, tirelessly refining its connections, expanding its capabilities, and adapting to every new challenge and experience you encounter. For a significant period in scientific history, it was widely believed that the adult brain was a largely fixed, hardwired organ with limited capacity for change or adaptation beyond a certain critical age in childhood. However, groundbreaking contemporary research has irrevocably shattered this misconception, unequivocally revealing a nervous system that is profoundly dynamic, continuously reshaping its neural connections, forming entirely new synapses, strengthening existing ones with repeated use, and even, in some specific regions, generating brand new neurons throughout the entire lifespan. Every single time you learn a new skill, whether it's mastering a complex musical instrument, acquiring fluency in a new language spoken in Pakistan, or deeply understanding an intricate concept in physics, the very physical structure of your brain subtly yet profoundly changes. Neurons that fire together, wire together, strengthening the specific pathways associated with that new knowledge or skill, making future recall or performance more efficient. This continuous dynamic rewiring is the fundamental biological engine of all learning, every memory formation, and the remarkable capacity for recovery from neurological damage. This category encompasses episodic memory, which is dedicated to storing specific personal experiences, complete with their rich contextual details, like remembering your last visit to the majestic Chowmahala Palace in Hyderabad, including the vibrant sights, the ambient sounds, the specific conversations, and the profound emotions of that particular day. It also includes semantic memory, which stores general knowledge, facts, concepts, and meanings about the world, such as knowing that Hyderabad is the bustling capital of Sindh, or recalling the scientific principles of the nervous system. This form of memory is readily accessible to conscious recall and can be verbally described or articulated. In stark contrast, implicit memory operates largely outside the realm of conscious awareness. Yet it profoundly influences our behavior, skills, and automatic responses without us necessarily realizing its influence. This encompasses procedural memory, which governs the acquisition and execution of motor skills and ingrained habits, like effortlessly riding a bicycle, typing fluently on a keyboard, performing complex traditional dances in Sind, or simply tying your shoelaces. Once learned, these actions become almost automatic, guided by a network of deeply ingrained neural pathways. It also includes priming, where previous exposure to one stimulus influences the response to a subsequent stimulus without conscious guidance, and various forms of conditioning, where an involuntary response becomes associated with a new stimulus. These implicit memories powerfully demonstrate the nervous system's incredible, often subconscious ability to learn and adapt, shaping our reactions and behaviors in ways we may not explicitly recognize, forming the fundamental bedrock of our habits, reflexes, and automatic responses, thereby allowing us to navigate the world efficiently and gracefully without constant, deliberate thought. The subtle and continuous interplay between these different memory systems allows us to learn continuously, adapt fluidly, and build a rich, cohesive, and remarkably continuous narrative of our lives. Different aspects of a memory: its visual components, its auditory elements, its emotional resonance, its spatial context may be stored in different yet interconnected areas of the brain. The strength and persistence of these distributed neural connections, specifically the synapses, are modified during this storage phase, a process crucial for stabilizing memories. Finally, retrieval is the dynamic process of accessing stored information when it is needed, bringing it back into conscious awareness. This could involve effortlessly recalling that new, intricate route you learned in Hyderabad, remembering the specific details of a cherished conversation with a loved one, or accessing the vast trove of general knowledge you possess. Each of these stages, encoding, storage, and retrieval, is a complex, meticulously coordinated ballet of neural activity involving the coordinated firing and intricate communication of countless neurons and the continuous, subtle modification of their synaptic connections, all tirelessly weaving new threads into the brain's existing, ever-expanding tapestry of knowledge. This isn't just a simple, passive input of data. It is an active process involving selective attention, initial sensory perception, and a preliminary stage of neural processing. Short-term memory, often more precisely referred to as working memory, is your brain's temporary active workbench. It holds a small, manageable amount of information, perhaps a phone number you just heard, the specific ingredients for the next step in a recipe, or the precise instructions for a temporary task, for a brief period typically lasting from a few seconds up to approximately a minute. This system allows you to actively manipulate and process information for immediate tasks, making it akin to the volatile RAM of a computer, essential for active thought, complex problem solving, and immediate cognitive processing. Information held in working memory is inherently fragile and easily lost if not actively rehearsed or strategically transferred to more permanent, long-term storage. For more enduring and robust recollections, we rely on long-term memory, which possesses an astonishingly vast, seemingly limitless capacity, and is capable of holding information for extended periods, ranging from several minutes to an entire lifetime. Think, for instance, of the experience of learning a new, intricate route through the bustling, vibrant streets of Hyderabad. Your brain actively encodes a myriad of complex sensory cues, the distinct visual landmarks, the unique sounds of local traffic, the subtle variations in pavement underfoot, and the emotional resonance of the journey itself. This initial encoding can occur in various forms: acoustically, visually, or most deeply. The depth and elaborateness of this initial encoding process significantly impacts how well and how durably the memory will ultimately be retained in the long term. This vast, intricate, and continuously evolving repository stores the entire tapestry of your experiences, the boundless expanse of your knowledge, and the intricate repertoire of your skills. It is not merely a static archive of the past, like old photographs gathering dust in an album, but rather a profoundly dynamic system that is continuously updating, reorganizing, and reshaping itself with every passing moment. This is the wondrous realm of memory and learning processes that are far from passive acts of recording. Instead, they are active, dynamic, and lifelong. Endeavors of your nervous system defining who you are and how you interact with your world. From the fleeting sensation of a recent moment, perhaps the gentle chime of a local clock in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan just a few seconds ago, to the deeply ingrained, almost automatic knowledge of your native language, every piece of information you acquire, every new insight, and every skill you master is meticulously encoded, strategically stored, and gracefully retrieved by this astonishing neural network. Understanding how this living library operates, and particularly its inherent lifelong capacity for constant change, famously known as neuroplasticity, offers a profound appreciation for the brain's continuous adaptation, its silent, ceaseless work, and its miraculous ability to learn and grow, even as you rest in the deepest, most restorative phases of sleep. At its most fundamental and ceaselessly active level, the process of memory typically unfolds through a series of distinct yet interconnected stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Once successfully encoded, the newly processed information moves into the stage of storage, where it is actively maintained and consolidated over periods ranging from brief moments to an entire lifetime. Within this boundless living library, memories themselves manifest in diverse forms, each serving unique and vital purposes in our daily functioning. Long-term memory itself is further subdivided, reflecting the diverse nature of the information it stores. The astonishing capacity for memory and learning is not merely a static feature, but is underpinned by a truly revolutionary and lifelong principle of the nervous system: neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is not confined to one isolated area. It is a pervasive, fundamental property evident across various levels of the nervous system, from microscopic synaptic changes to large-scale cortical reorganization. The implications of neuroplasticity are deeply empowering and profoundly hopeful. As we gently continue our comprehensive journey through the profound intricacies of the nerve network, exploring its fundamental communication, its vast power in shaping our perceptions, and its astonishing capacity for memory and learning, we now approach, perhaps, most deeply personal, universally relatable, and profoundly human aspect of its power: its instrumental role in sculpting the rich, ever-shifting canvas of our emotional landscape. And medial portions plays a remarkably sophisticated, modulating, and integrating role in our complex emotional lives. While the amygdala might trigger a raw, instantaneous feeling of fear or excitement, the prefrontal cortex acts as the more rational, reflective, and often inhibitory overseer. Our nervous system doesn't just process emotions as abstract concepts localized solely within the brain. It orchestrates a vast, systemic cascade of physiological changes throughout the entire body, intertwining mental and physical states. When you experience fear, for instance, your autonomic nervous system instantly springs into action. Your heart rate accelerates, your breath quickens and becomes shallow. Your muscles tense and your digestive processes slow, all meticulously orchestrated to prepare your body for immediate action. Conversely, when you feel profound joy or deep contentment, your body might naturally relax, your breathing deepen and slow, and your facial muscles might involuntarily form a genuine smile. These visceral bodily sensations are not merely results of emotion. They are an integral, inseparable part of how we experience emotion, providing crucial feedback to the brain. This constant, bidirectional feedback loop between the brain and the body means that consciously tending to your physical well-being through practices like ample, restorative sleep, regular, mindful exercise, and nourishing nutrition, as discussed in previous sections, directly and powerfully impacts your emotional resilience, your capacity to manage stress, and your overall mood regulation. cultivating practices that gently and effectively regulate the nervous system, such as deep diaphragmatic breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or immersing yourself in soothing sounds like those found on Sleepster, can directly influence these physiological responses, gently guiding your body and mind towards a state of profound calm and enduring emotional peace. It's a profound reminder that harmony within your emotional world is a complex, beautiful symphony played not just in your mind, but echoed throughout every cell and system of your entire being, a testament to the elegant, seamless integration of your magnificent nerve network. It helps us interpret, regulate, and express our emotions in socially appropriate and adaptive ways, allowing for nuanced responses rather than simple, uninhibited reflexes. For instance, it enables you to pause, breathe, and consciously consider the appropriate response to a frustrating situation, perhaps a challenging traffic jam in Hyderabad, rather than immediately reacting with unbridled anger or impatience. This crucial top-down control is indispensable for effective emotional regulation, allowing us to manage intense feelings, engage in empathy towards others, and make thoughtful, deliberate decisions even when we are emotionally aroused or distressed. The anterior cingulate cortex, another key region in the emotional network, also contributes significantly by detecting conflicts, errors, and discrepancies between our expectations and reality, often associated with feelings of distress, regret, or disappointment. It plays a vital role in learning from emotional mistakes and adjusting our behavior accordingly. This intricate interplay between the older, more reactive limbic system and the newer, more reflective cortical regions highlights the profound dual nature of our emotions. They are both primal, visceral, deeply felt experiences and sophisticated, cognitively modulated responses, allowing for the vast and rich spectrum of human feeling, from raw instinctual fear to profound empathetic compassion and transcendent love. Emotions, whether it be the soaring elation of pure joy, the poignant tenderness of sorrow, the sharp jolt of fear, the boundless warmth of love. While we previously touched upon their overarching role in neurocommunication, their specific, nuanced influence on emotional states is immense and multifaceted. Serotonin, often gently associated with feelings of well-being, contentment, and happiness, plays a critical and pervasive role in regulating mood, influencing sleep cycles, moderating appetite, and shaping social behavior. Imbalances in serotonin levels are frequently, though complexly, linked to various mood disorders. Dopamine, often dubbed our reward neurotransmitter, is central to motivation, pleasure, and goal-directed behavior. The anticipation of a reward, be it a favorite dish, a successful outcome in a task, or simply the joy of achieving a personal goal, triggers a release of dopamine, creating feelings of elation and excitement. Norepinephrine, an activating neurotransmitter, is deeply involved in states of alertness, arousal, and focused attention, often surging during stress responses or moments of intense concentration. GABA, the nervous system's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, acts like a gentle brake, helping to calm overactive neurons, reduce overall neuronal excitability, and alleviate feelings of anxiety, thereby promoting a profound sense of tranquil balance and fostering a peaceful state of mind. Conversely, glutamate, the primary excitatory neurotransmitter, is crucial for learning and memory, but can contribute to states of anxiety and overstimulation when its activity is excessive. The intricate balance, the rhythmic symphony, and the dynamic interplay of these and numerous other neurotransmitters collectively create the unique emotional texture of each passing moment, profoundly influencing how we feel, how we react, and how we perceive our intricate internal and external worlds. The simmering intensity of anger, the serene comfort of contentment, or the quiet spark of curiosity are not merely abstract, ethereal states of mind. Instead, they are complex, dynamic, and profoundly embodied experiences meticulously generated, intricately felt, and elegantly regulated by sophisticated neural circuits and the delicate continuous dance of neurotransmitters, occurring within the vast expanse of your brain and throughout your entire body. They are the vibrant, expressive hues in the boundless tapestry of your conscious experience, profoundly influencing your thoughts, guiding your behaviors, and ultimately shaping your very connection to the world around you, whether you're navigating the bustling, vibrant streets of Hyderabad or finding quiet, introspective solitude within your home. Understanding the biological and neurological underpinnings of our feelings can surprisingly bring a profound sense of calm acceptance and even mastery, revealing that even the most overwhelming and tumultuous emotions are part of a natural, albeit exquisitely complex internal symphony orchestrated by your own remarkable nervous system. At the very core of our fundamental emotional experiences lies the limbic system, an ancient and deeply interconnected set of brain structures, often referred to as the emotional brain. This primordial system acts as the primary orchestrator of our most visceral emotional responses and fundamental drives. Key players within this system include the amygdala, a small, almond-shaped structure nestled deep within the temporal lobe, which is often considered the brain's alarm bell or its emotional sentinel. This tiny yet incredibly powerful region serves as a rapid response center for processing emotions, particularly those associated with fear, anxiety, and the detection of potential threats. It can instantly trigger the body's deeply ingrained fight, flight, or freeze response, preparing you for immediate action, often even before the conscious, logical brain fully registers or identifies the nature of the danger. Imagine, for instance, a sudden, unexpected loud noise cutting through the quiet evening air of Hyderabad. Your amygdala reacts in a mere fraction of a second, flooding your system with adrenaline and preparing your body for action, long before your conscious mind logically identifies the source of the sound. This primal, automatic, and largely unconscious response is absolutely crucial for survival, highlighting the nervous system's evolutionary prioritization of immediate safety. Another vital component of the limbic system is the hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure that, beyond its well-known role in memory formation, intricately links specific emotional experiences to their contextual details, helping us learn from past emotional events and adapt our responses for the future. For example, remembering the serene, pleasant feeling associated with a particular park or historical site in Hyderabad allows us to seek out similar, comforting environments when we desire tranquility. Furthermore, the hypothalamus, though minuscule in size, is another powerhouse within the limbic system, diligently regulating fundamental bodily functions like hunger, thirst, and sexual drive, and importantly, profoundly influencing emotional expressions by controlling the precise release of various hormones throughout the body. These interconnected structures work in a constant, dynamic, and often subconscious dialogue, forming the foundational architecture for our most primal emotional reactions and basic drives, shaping how we instinctively respond to the world's challenges and pleasures. Beyond these ancient, more reactive emotional centers, the prefrontal cortex, particularly its ventral, the very language of emotions, much like the general internal communication within the vast nerve network, is exquisitely spoken through the intricate, ceaseless dance of neurotransmitters, those delicate and powerful chemical messengers. Furthermore, the undeniable and powerful mind-body connection is perhaps nowhere more vividly and directly demonstrated than within the emotional landscape. As we gently continue our comprehensive journey through the profound intricacies of the nerve network, having explored its fundamental communication, its vast power, its role in shaping our perceptions, emotions, and even its astonishing capacity for memory and learning, we now turn our attention to a remarkably profound, yet often overlooked, aspect of bodily communication: the intricate and ceaseless dialogue between your brain and your gut. Passive digestive organ responsible mainly for the mechanical breakdown of food, the chemical absorption of nutrients, and the efficient elimination of waste, and immensely vital cranial nerve that elegantly extends from the brainstem, near the base of your skull, all the way down to innervate most of your internal organs, including the stomach, intestines, heart, and lungs. This refers to the vast, incredibly diverse, and immensely complex community of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microorganisms that symbiotically reside within your intestines. This teeming microscopic ecosystem, often weighing more than your entire brain, is now recognized as an absolutely critical modulator of not only digestive health, but also brain function, emotional well-being, and even cognitive processes. It moves us beyond the antiquated idea of the brain as an isolated supreme command center, recognizing it as being in constant dynamic and essential communication with the vast living inner world of the gut and its teeming microbial inhabitants. This hidden, continuous conversation underscores the immense importance of adopting a truly holistic approach to health, where nurturing your gut health through conscious choices is seen as a direct, powerful act of care for your brain and your entire emotional landscape. By actively fostering a diverse, balanced, and healthy microbiome through mindful eating, effectively managing chronic stress, and ensuring ample, restorative sleep, we actively support this intricate communication highway, strengthening the quiet, internal dialogue that contributes to a more balanced mood, a clearer and more focused mind, enhanced cognitive function, and ultimately, a deeper, more enduring sense of peaceful, integrated well-being. It is a profound reminder that harmony within our emotional world is not an isolated phenomenon, but a complex, beautiful symphony played not just in our minds, but echoed throughout every cell and system of our entire being, connecting our deepest thoughts to the very core of our physical existence and guiding us towards a more serene and connected life. These trillions of tiny residents, far from being passive inhabitants, actively engage in a complex and continuous biochemical dialogue with your nervous system. They produce a myriad of neuroactive compounds, including short-chain fatty acids, amino acids, and remarkably, many of the very same neurotransmitters that your own brain utilizes, such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. It is an astonishing fact that a significant portion, up to 90% of the body's serotonin, a key neurotransmitter widely associated with feelings of well-being, happiness, and mood regulation, is actually produced and stored in the gut, not just the brain. These microbial-derived compounds can directly influence nerve signaling along the vagus nerve, impact the crucial integrity and permeability of the gut lining, and even profoundly modulate the immune system, which in turn significantly influences brain inflammation and overall neurological function. Think of the vagus nerve as the main high-capacity fiber optic cable of the gut-brain axis, diligently transmitting vast amounts of complex information in both directions. Emerging evidence strongly suggests that an imbalanced gut microbiota, a condition often referred to as dysbiosis, where the delicate balance of beneficial and harmful bacteria is disrupted, can be directly linked to a wide range of neurological and psychological conditions. This includes chronic conditions like depression, various anxiety disorders, certain aspects of autism spectrum disorders, and even the progression of some neurodegenerative diseases. Conversely, cultivating and maintaining a diverse, healthy, and robust gut microbiome through mindful dietary choices and supportive lifestyle habits can positively impact mood, reduce physiological stress responses, and potentially enhance cognitive function, providing a tangible and accessible way to influence mental well-being directly from within the gut. For example, numerous studies have now demonstrated that consistently consuming probiotic-rich fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut, or integrating abundant prebiotic fibers found naturally in a wide array of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can lead to measurable improvements in mood, a significant reduction in anxiety symptoms, and even enhanced stress resilience, providing a powerful natural pathway to influence mental and emotional well-being directly from within the gut. In the context of life in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, where traditional diets often include indigenous fermented foods like pickles and diverse plant-based ingredients common in local cuisine, these historical eating patterns may have inadvertently contributed to robust gut health and, by extension, improved mental well-being, long before the complex science of the human microbiome was ever understood. This historical parallel highlights the powerful, timeless synergy between our diet, our intricate internal microbial ecosystem, and our overall nervous system health, offering a truly holistic and integrated perspective on achieving inner harmony and peace. It's a literal two-way street for data. Approximately 80 to 90% of the nerve fibers within the vagus nerve are afferent, meaning they tirelessly carry signals from the gut to the brain. This signifies that your brain is constantly receiving detailed real-time updates on the state of your digestion. The chemical composition of the food you've consumed, the precise presence of certain nutrients, and even subtle, yet profound, signals emanating from the trillions of microorganisms residing within your gut. Conversely, signals also travel efferently from the brain to the gut, influencing critical digestive processes such as gut motility, enzyme release for digestion, and even the crucial permeability of the gut lining. This constant, bidirectional neural chatter highlights the direct, rapid, and powerful influence each system exerts on the other, fostering a profound and essential physiological symbiosis. For example, the well-known phenomenon of feelings of intense stress or overwhelming anxiety, originating in the brain, can immediately manifest as physical symptoms like stomach upset, nausea, or rapid changes in digestive motility, a common and often uncomfortable experience for many. Similarly, an unhappy or inflamed gut, perhaps due to dietary factors, infection, or chronic irritation, can send powerful distress signals to the brain, directly contributing to feelings of anxiety, irritability, or low mood, demonstrating the profound interconnectedness of our physical and mental states. Its role in overall health, particularly mental health, was largely underestimated or entirely dismissed. However, in recent decades, groundbreaking advancements in neuroscience, microbiology, and gastroenterology have collectively unveiled a revolutionary truth. Your gut possesses its own vast and astonishingly intricate nervous system. This remarkable network, known scientifically as the enteric nervous system, or more colloquially as the second brain, is composed of hundreds of millions of neurons, embedded directly within the walls of your digestive tract. A number of neurons that astonishingly rivals, and in some cases even surpasses, the number found in your entire spinal cord. This second brain is not merely a passive conduit for commands from the brain above. It can operate largely independently, overseeing digestion, nutrient absorption, and waste elimination with astonishing autonomy and precision, functioning like a bustling, self-governing city within your abdomen, handling its own complex operations with remarkable efficiency. Yet crucially, this second brain is not truly separate. It is intimately and inextricably connected to your central nervous system through a complex, dynamic web of neural pathways, hormonal signaling, and immunological interactions, creating a continuous dynamic and profoundly influential exchange of information that shapes your entire physiological and psychological landscape. This fascinating connection, often referred to as the gut-brain axis, is far more than a simple digestive pathway. It's a sophisticated bidirectional superhighway of communication, a hidden conversation taking place moment by moment that profoundly influences your mood, your stress levels, your cognitive function, and indeed, your overall well-being. Imagine your digestive system, an immense and often underestimated inner world teeming with life, quietly and continuously communicating with the very core of your thoughts and feelings, and powerfully, your thoughts and feelings sending messages back to your gut. This intricate connection fundamentally reshapes our understanding of health, revealing that true internal harmony extends far beyond the confines of the skull, encompassing the hidden depths of your entire digestive landscape. For a remarkably long time in scientific history, the gut was primarily viewed through a very narrow lens, seen as a relatively simple, the primary and most direct conduit for this hidden, continuous conversation between your two brains is the vagus nerve, a long, meandering, perhaps the most astonishing and transformative discovery. Contributing to our ever-deepening understanding of the gut-brain axis is the profound and pervasive role of the gut microbiota. The implications of this intricate microbial influence are vast, far-reaching, and continuously being uncovered by cutting-edge research. Ultimately, understanding and appreciating the intricate dance of the gut-brain axis profoundly reshapes our entire view of mental health, emotional well-being, and overall physiological balance. As our quiet, profound journey through the extraordinary nerve network gently draws to a close, allowing our minds to settle and our breath to deepen, we are left with an undeniable, permeating sense of awe and profound wonder for the invisible symphony that continuously, effortlessly, and ceaselessly plays within each and every one of us. Even as you lie quietly perhaps on a peaceful night in Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan, feeling the gentle hum of the city fading into a distant lull, and physical is deeply and inextricably intertwined with the harmonious, optimal functioning of this nerve network. Let it settle around you like a soft, comforting blanket, offering solace and wonder. May your night be filled with harmonious signals, peaceful connections, and the comforting, deeply reassuring knowledge of the incredible living network that allows you to perceive, to feel, to communicate, and to simply be. And may you wake tomorrow feeling utterly refreshed, profoundly renewed, and ready for whatever beautiful new moments await your remarkable, uniquely communicating self, here in the world or wherever your consciousness next leads you. Good night from Sleepster. Know that you, in your entirety, are a marvel of intricate communication, a vast, intricate universe of interconnected pathways, and billions of dancing cells constantly receiving, processing, and exquisitely responding to the world around you. There is a deep, abiding, and profoundly comforting truth in realizing that even in your deepest stillness, even in the profound quietude of unconscious sleep, an astonishing symphony of intelligence, of connection, and of ceaseless communication continues to unfold within you, tirelessly working to support your very life and to nurture your most vivid dreams. This silent, immensely powerful network is always there, always active, always connecting your rich inner world to the vibrant outer world, allowing for every whisper of thought, every gentle sensation, every profound emotion, and every rhythmic beat of your heart, a testament to the miracle of being. It's not a separate entity. It is your fundamental operating system. It is a delicate, intricate ecosystem, remarkably responsive to the mindful care and consistent attention we choose to provide. By consciously embracing practices that profoundly support its health, allowing for ample, uninterrupted, and restorative sleep each night, engaging in mindful, consistent movement that invigorates both body and mind, nourishing our bodies with wholesome, nutrient-dense foods that fuel its every function, and actively cultivating moments of profound calm amidst life's inevitable demands. We are not merely performing routine maintenance for our physical selves. We are, in fact, actively nurturing the very wellspring of our mental clarity, the bedrock of our emotional balance, and the deepest source of our inner peace. This conscious, deliberate cultivation transforms our relationship with our own biology, moving it from a passive experience of existence to an active, gentle, and deeply reverent stewardship of the most complex and wondrous system known to us. It continually reminds us that our holistic well-being is not just an external pursuit, but an intricate internal symphony that requires our consistent, mindful attention and tender, compassionate care. Or as you allow your thoughts to drift closer to the threshold of sleep, billions upon billions of neurons are engaged in a tireless, intricate ballet. They are ceaselessly exchanging signals with breathtaking speed and precision, orchestrating the very symphony of your existence. Your eyes, even when closed, are processing the subtle shifts in dim light. Your ears are tuning in to the gentle ambient sounds around. Your skin is registering the comforting, familiar pressure of your bed sheets, and your magnificent brain is weaving these myriad disparate sensory inputs into a seamless, unified tapestry of sensation and unfolding thought. Beneath the surface of conscious awareness, vital commands are silently being dispatched to regulate your breathing, to gently slow your heart rate, and to meticulously prepare your entire body for the deep restorative rest it so profoundly craves and deserves. This continuous, silent, and endlessly complex conversation, this elegant exchange of information, is the very bedrock and fundamental foundation of your existence, tirelessly enabling you to learn, to grow, to adapt, to remember, and to experience the rich, nuanced, and vibrant world in all its intricate, multisensory detail. It is a living, breathing testament to the quiet, pervasive intelligence that resides within every single cell and every intricate pathway of your being. From the most fleeting, almost imperceptible electrical whispers exchanged between individual neurons racing across microscopic synapses to the grand, intricate orchestration of complex thoughts, the rich tapestry of human emotions, and the effortless grace of every subtle movement. Your body's communication system stands as a magnificent masterpiece of biological engineering. It is an intricate, tireless marvel, continuously working, always adapting, to connect you seamlessly with the vast, dynamic world around you, and just as importantly, with the subtle, profound landscape of your own inner self. We have explored its intricate building blocks, traced the astonishing speed and efficiency of its electrochemical signals, marveled at its immense, pervasive power over every facet of our being, and underscored the deep, undeniable importance of nurturing its health through the simple yet profoundly impactful practices of ample restorative, sleep-mindful, consistent movement, and wholesome, nourishing sustenance. This hidden network is not merely a collection of inert wires or a complex machine. It is the very living essence of your consciousness, the wellspring of your capacity for profound connection, and the fundamental bedrock of your unique, precious experience of life itself. Consider for a moment the immense, unfathomable complexity and silent, ceaseless activity contained within the apparent stillness of your own being, particularly as you prepare for rest. The more we gently explore this vast, incredible internal universe, the more we realize that true, holistic well-being, both mental. So, as the day gently softens into evening and your breath deepens, settling into an easy, peaceful rhythm, allow the profound understanding of your own magnificent nerve network to envelop you. Sleep well, dear fellow traveler of the intricate pathways within your own being.